Naomi. I wanted to add to my my appreciation to your video. Like I'm reading the Walt Whitman. I have actually here. I'll show it to you. I have this edition, Leaves of Grass, First and Deathbed editions. And I'm glad that you wrote me or videoed me more about how this was put together. I read in the first part of the book about how this was constantly being worked on and added to. And that makes a lot more sense now that I've read that and you said it, about how it's structured. And I think knowing that, I'll get more out of it. And I am finding myself actually kind of deconstructing it, pulling out different lines that say something to me. I think I'm going to keep up with that. Like, you know, I'm feeling like a surface, and I'm trying to break through understanding-wise. And I'm finding some cracks where a line or a paragraph will make sense to me. And so I've been writing that down. And then I think that that will open up and allow me to more thoroughly understand what he's laying out. Oh, I went to the library. And before I tell you about the library, that forest I just showed you, it's really, really important to me. I'll tell you why. I sometimes can't sleep. I have insomnia. And sometimes my insomnia will last for a really long time. And it started when I was younger. And so I went to the library to find out about, sleep disorders. And one of the books I found in the library said, have a mental practice. Imagine yourself someplace really, really great, someplace you're very, very, very comfortable. And there's a whole lot of different advice. Some of it was completely the opposite. But I like that advice. So I imagine a spot where I would be comfortable and would want to sleep. And here it is, oddly enough. Imagine a country road, a blacktop road, stretching off to infinity. Cars occasionally whipping by. It's pouring down rain. And as the road goes down like a gravel bank, then off into fields, imagine a hole dug in there, maybe even a culvert, except for that it ends, like maybe it's a culvert, a pathway for water to pass underneath the road that got clogged. Now I imagine myself going into that feet first, so where I'm totally touching on all sides, my feet are touching rocks, and my head is just near the opening, and it's pouring down rain. Rain is just right in front of my face, and the night is alive with sounds of the occasional traffic and the rain, and the water coming down in front of me is kind of like a wall, except a wall that, does not hold me in. I'm not sealed off completely, but yet I feel like I'm contained. And so I would imagine that, and I would fall asleep. And so when I got out to that forest, and it was pouring down rain, I was able to get my bike. I was bike camping, and my tent, and all my gear underneath these thick pine trees that were just full of dead branches and a dead pine needle. So it made a canopy that was really low to the ground, like 3 feet off, and dark in there. And when I was able to get all my stuff in there and set up a tent and have books and food, and then look out and just see this little slice of light and see the rain coming down there, it recreated that mental image that I made as a child to make me feel restful. And so for that, I think it was like 3 days I stayed till I ran out of food. I had an experience like only long periods of mental conditioning could bring about. I felt absolutely comfortable and absolutely safe and amazingly happy day after day after day. So when I get back to that forest, that joy comes rushing back to me. I've never really sought to recreate that experience, though it's so alive in my mind, I can't imagine me passing up the opportunity if I get a chance in the future. So Irma and I went to the library yesterday, and I got a bunch of books. I actually put a hold on a bunch of different books that people suggested to me. So they'll be all coming to that branch, and I'll be able to pick them up in a couple days. So I got a bunch of different things, including movies. I got Rob Roy, because I like flintlock pistols. And that obviously has some in it. I got Perfume, which is a book that I've read a couple times, and actually a friend and I took turns reading chapter back and forth to each other. So this book has a lot of positive memories, even though it's really macabre. Perfume. It's a fantastic book. I look forward to seeing the movie. National Treasure, where hyper-intelligent learned nerds solve problems and just generally kick butt. I got a book on finances. I'm coming up to a financial goal at the end of this year, so I'm going to be doing things with money that I've never done before in my life. So I wanted to bone up, so to speak. Native American weapons. I have a couple books like this that I own, actually, but this had a few that I didn't recognize, so I wanted to get them, and even a few that I'd read about and never seen images of them, so I wanted to check that out and look at those. Illustrated. I mean, this is like a comic book. It's called Next Wave: Agents of Hate. I like these illustrated books. Kind of fun. And here's the Sin City. I'm not fully about that, but this book, I've read one before, and I kind of like the style of artistry, so I figured, I'll grab it. Schmobots is about robots created to be men's servants, but the project went to the lowest bidder, so all these robots were produced, and they're all evidently they don't want to work, but so they can't be dismantled. I don't know. We'll find out about it, but evidently they just become an underclass and despised. You'll see that one. Oh, the Green Lantern. I saw the Green Lantern come out, and I've never really got into him as a comic book character. So I thought I would find the origins and then watch the movie. I mean, I'm sure the movie's not going to be mentally challenging or anything like that, but I just thought, some background might be helpful. Building skin-on-frame boats. There's a place nearby that teaches classes in this, and I thought I would do a little reading up and maybe take the class. Almost to the end. People of Lightning, North American, early North American peoples. So I don't know. I saw this, and I kind of like the cover. Like, it looks like a flaming dragon eye, but it's a conch with a picture inside of two people. And so, why not? Why not get it? Earthrise, William Dietz, and it seems to me I've read some William Dietz before, but I couldn't remember right off the bat, and I think that's good enough for me. It's a book about the invasion of, or I guess the invasion and maybe even enslavement of Earth. We'll find out. And this is what I got because of the cover. This is called Rune Lords, and it shows some ghostly, they almost look like Nordic warriors, and one of them's reaching out towards our characters who are in color, and one of the characters he's reaching out to has a little like a floating crown of leaves starting to form over his head, and he's kind of like crouched down and holding his sword up like a cross. Like, obviously something pretty great's happening for that guy. And then here's his friend, this young lady wearing like thigh-high boots and a green cape, and her hair is flowing. It was all I could do not to laugh myself stupid at the library. So I'm going to laugh myself stupid while reading it. I'm sure it's going to be great. Well, that's my books. I just love the library. I can't imagine the library here. I'm out outside of Portland. And in Portland, you could get a handful of books, like I think it's 10 or 20. I'm talking really fast. Out here, in Beaverton, Hillsborough, outside of Portland, the local library will allow you to have 100 books out at once. They have e-readers, electronic books. All their computers are the best. There's a lot of big industry out here, and for whatever reason, things are, I would want to say, richer. They're better. The parks have all the things you'd want in a park, including trash service. In Portland, you can't, if you go to a park and you bring trash, you have to cart it out. The Portland can't afford to have their trash picked up. Out here, wow. I mean, even the malt liquor's cheaper out here. Well, there you go, Naomi. I think that I couldn't just leave it at that one. Even though I kind of wanted to do a little reading from Walt Whitman, I'm not gonna. I'm still kind of working on, cracking the mystery. So I just wanted to let you know that I am reading this book, and I do like it a lot. Find a lot of things that are speaking to me, and I look forward to getting into more poetry. I really do think it provides tools for understanding what's going on around you in a more thorough manner. I mean, sometimes having the words for things, the words for ideas and feelings, greater understanding of, easier to explain thereof to others. And why I'd want to explain myself to others, because when other people understand you, things go so much better. All right, well, there you go. 2 videos for you to make up for the fact that we haven't touched video bass in a long time. So, hats off to you. Pleasure, as always, to see you in the tubes.